relentlessly went right into the chest of Billings when her team needed something aggressive. 1.9 seconds left, and Collier, a 90% shooter this season, will miss. A heave won't come close. And at the halftime break, Golden State leading Minnesota in this best-of-3 series, where Minnesota leads 1-0 after taking game 1, 41-28. Minnesota shoots 34% from the floor, 2 of 13 from long range. And we know third quarter is especially strong for Minnesota, not just against Golden State, but this entire season. And they're going to have to tap into that after halftime. Alex Leibel will bring you the halftime show from our WNBA Tonight studios at Target Center, coming right up. Highlights, he'll break it all down. The second half of my conversation with Courtney Williams coming up as well, which you never want to miss what she has to say. All this coming up on the Minnesota Lynx Radio Network.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
When John Kosel-Sharon's mom called him with some bad news,
she said, I burnt my hand, and it's really bad.
He was worried.
It looked like wrinkled skin to the skin got blisters to the skin came off.
Then John had an idea. He flew his mother to California, and they went to a clinic where she got stem cells. And just like that, her hand started to get better. It even cured her arthritis.
So it was life-changing for me, really life-changing, aside from healing my hand.
For John's mom, the treatment worked. Across the country in Texas, Elaine Dilley tried to help her mother with stem cells just like John had done.
My husband and I would do anything to help her.
But she would not be so lucky.
911, where's your emergency? What's going on?
She had stem cells in her back and neck last Wednesday. And she can't move.
Were you afraid that you were going to lose her? I knew I was going to lose her.
2 patients, 2 mothers who placed their hopes in the promise of a miracle cure. And these 2 are connected, but not in the way you might expect.
Once you find out the truth of the whole story, you just really can't believe anybody anymore.
From Wondery, the network behind Dr. Death and Over My Dead Body, comes a news story, Bad Batch.
Are you even sorry?
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
9 seconds to shoot, and barreling her way to the rim is Monique Billings able to find herself free in an open lane. It is 39-26 Golden State with 1 minute to go. And Minnesota turns it over. Burton up ahead to Zandalicini in stride. Carrington tries to affect that shot. Again sticking with the play and putting it up and in for 2 is Janelle Salon on the second effort. 41-26 Golden State keeping their foot on the gas to try and end this half.
All Golden State Valkyries in front of their home crowd in their first ever home playoff game in Game 2 of the first round of the WNBA playoffs. They lead by 13 at the half over your Minnesota Lynx. 41-28 is your score after 20 minutes. As we welcome you into the WNBA Tonight studios from the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Alex Leibold here with you to walk through the story of that first 20 minutes and the box score and some highlights that show you how the Lynx fell down into that 15-point hole, now 13 points after 20 minutes of play. But before we do any of that, let's pause for 10 quick seconds and allow our stations to identify themselves here on the Minnesota Lynx Radio Network.
Channel here on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
The first round of the WNBA playoffs makes its way to California for Game 2 tonight as the Lynx hope to become the first team to clinch a spot in the WNBA semifinals in this playoff season. On the back of the biggest win in Lynx playoff history, a 29-point victory in Game 1. The Lynx score the first 5 points tonight, but a 10-2 burst gave the Valkyries the lead. Minnesota would punch right back, but the Valkyries held on at the end of 10 minutes.
Heidemann will drive against this zone defense by the Golden State Valkyries, and Courtney Williams will knock down an off-balance long-range 2. Williams with 4 points on 50% shooting to start this game. Shot clock is off in the first quarter. 14 seconds to go. Poked away by Carrington. Burton, a no easy way to get over half court. She gets it right back. Will drive, kick. Martin, 3 on the baseline is good. And this crowd is static to see this start. And the Golden State Valkyries possessing a 27-19 lead.
That triple put the Lynx down by 8. As you heard, it's a rambunctious crowd in San Jose, California. The Valkyries were finding their shot from deep again in the first quarter. They finished that first frame 10 of 15 from the field, shooting 67%. All 7 players that took the field for Golden State scored a bucket. 5 3-pointers fell for Golden State. 4 different players sank a triple. They had 8 assists on their 10 shots, playing a Lynx brand of basketball, if you will. And this looks just like Game 1 stat line. The Valkyries shot 5 of 8 from 3-point range, shooting 50% from the field in that first quarter, as they scored 28 in Game 1. They scored 27 here in Game 2 and lead by 8 after 10 minutes. Lynx trailing after 1, just like they were in Game 1, and just like they did in Game 1. They turned up the defensive dial early on to the tune of 4 turnovers in those first 5 minutes of the second quarter, but their shots weren't falling, and the hosts took advantage.
3:45 to play. Heidemann tries to turn the corner, leaves it for McBride. Collier will fade, has that blocked by Billings. The Valkyries with the basketball now. Slicing her way up the floor is Burton, looking around for teammates. She's going to circle it back out, guarded by McBride. Billings wants it in the post. She has Natisha Heidemann on her. The lob comes inside, and Billings will score over the help defender of Jessica Shepard, and the roll continues for the Golden State Valkyries, building on their largest lead of the game. It's now 35-24 here in San Jose as a timeout called on the floor. Minnesota looking for a reset, shooting 33%, 2 of 13 from long range.
Nothing going well for the Lynx in that second quarter, as the Valkyries defense was simply suffocating. 3 steals and 2 blocks in the second quarter. They held the Lynx to just 23% from the field, 0 for 5 from long range in the second quarter. They were 2 for 8 from 3-point range in the first quarter. So the Lynx struggling to find their shot in the first 20 minutes from long range. They score only 9 points in that second quarter. It's just the second time this season, regular and post, that the Lynx were held to single-digit points in a quarter. Just 9 points there in that second spot of 10 minutes, as the Lynx trail 41-28 after 20 minutes of play in San Jose, California. And Natisha Collier is the leading scorer in this contest with 10 points. She has 3 rebounds, a steal, but she's also turned the ball over twice. And the Valkyries, they have 7 different scorers. 6 of them have 5 or more points. Janelle Salon leads the way with 9, but they're 16 of 29, shooting 55%, 14 assists on their 16 buckets, and they are dominating the rebound game 17-12. So the Lynx going to want to win in those hustle areas in that second half. But before we get to that second half, we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll hear a exclusive practice report interview between Sloan Martin and Courtney Williams. That's coming your way. Lynx trail by 13, 41-28. At halftime. We'll be right back on the Minnesota Lynx Radio Network.
And we are joined now with Dr. Derek Ebner, gastroenterologist at Mayo Clinic Comprehensive Cancer Center. And here's this number, 152,810. That's how many people are estimated to be diagnosed with colorectal cancer in 2024, according to the American Cancer Society.
Yes, historically, each year that number decreases by around 1% for older adults, while individuals younger than 50 years old, commonly referred to as early onset, is rising by about 1 to 2% each year.
Wow, increasing, you said. Really? Why do you believe that is?
There are many risk factors that can lead to this increase. Some of these factors are beyond your control, such as genetics. Other risk factors are modifiable and can come from the environment. Research is still being done to identify exactly what those are, but there is some suggestion that decreased physical activity, alcohol consumption, and eating ultra-processed foods may be contributing. Unfortunately, early onset colorectal cancer has shown an increase in mortality over the past decade and differs from colorectal cancer found in older populations. The most important thing that individuals under 50 can do to help take control of their health is to educate themselves on early onset disease by learning about colorectal cancer screening, incorporating a healthy lifestyle, and seeing their primary care provider regularly.
Well, we thank you, Dr. Ebner, so much for your time and for highlighting the importance of being proactive with our health. For more information on Dr. Ebner and the incredible work that is being done at Mayo Clinic Comprehensive Cancer Center, visit mayoclinic.org Target.com/possible.
At Target, we're home court advantage for the hometown sports fans. And with the Timberwolves season in full gear, we're here to help you gear up and make your game day prep a slam dunk. Hear that? That's what you call a buzzer-beating three-pointer for the win. Time to dish up your famous nachos or put a full-court press on some jalapeno poppers. Then serve up some sweet desserts to celebrate the W. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Lynx trail by 13 at the halftime break, 41-28 in San Jose, California, in Game 2 of the WNBA playoffs first round against the Golden State Valkyries. Nafisa Collier leads all scorers with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist on 4 of 8 shooting. Courtney Williams has 4 points and 4 assists. And during Game 1's halftime show, we had an exclusive practice report conversation between Courtney and Sloan. But we have the second part of that conversation coming here right now. Let's tune in.
It's interesting just how much familiarity you can build up, even though this is a short series, but you have 4 games against them where you know every player in their jerseys.
You literally have to, right? Because you can get cross-matched in transition, right? If I don't know what Veronica Burton does, if I don't know what hand she want to dribble with, if I don't know what her tendency is when she has the ball, right, that automatically put me at a disadvantage. So I think, again, just everybody honing in on the small things and understanding just those small little details is what can give us that edge.
Obviously, there's so much more basketball to play, but Courtney, you finished the season second in the WNBA in assists per game. You have the best assist behind AT. Yep.
Shout out to that girl, man. She a problem.
But also the best assist-to-turnover ratio of your career as well. How does that just, reflecting on getting to that point, your second season in Minnesota?
I think just, again, just taking the constructive criticism from Wade and Cheryl and just making sure that I can, not turn the ball over. I had a ball in my hand the most out there, so I can't be turning the ball over. That's not a recipe for success for our team. So just making sure I'm locked in and I'm focused and I'm taking care of the ball.
One last thing about Golden State. What did you feel like that last game defensively, holding them to 53 points? Did you feel like that was a good step in the right direction for how this team wants to shore things up? Or did it feel like, all right, this is who we are and let's just bring it into the postseason?
No, I think it was a great step back into the right direction of us playing Lynx basketball. I think our last couple games, we kind of was a little bit laxed on that, right? And I think having that type of game to go into the playoffs, even if you're not shooting the ball particularly well, you still want to go out there because you can pack your defense every night, right? The energy and the effort and the hustle and the 50-50 balls, you can bring that every night. And I think that's what we did. So I think that was definitely a great direction to be stepping into going into the playoffs.
Courtney, thanks so much.
Appreciate you now.
Courtney Williams talking about the need for winning those hustle areas. They're going to need to do it in the second half. They're getting out-rebounded. They're scoring the same amount of points in the paint, but the Valkyries, have a 13-point lead after 20 minutes of play. The third quarter is statistically, the Lynx' best quarter this season, so there's plenty of basketball still to be played. 20 minutes left in this contest in Game 2, at least in the WNBA playoffs, Game 2. Second half action with Sloan Martin on the call in San Jose, California is coming your way next on the Minnesota Lynx Radio Network.
It's what you wait for all week. The three-pointers, the rebounds, the thrill of every shot. Win or lose, it's the hope that keeps you coming back. The dream that this time, it might be your year. And so you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when the pressure's on, your support is everything. That's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Are you ready, Lynx fans? Playoff basketball is back at Target Center.
Minute to play. Collier darts to the rim. A hard take. A three-point play coming up.
Be in the building as the Lynx push for a WNBA record 5th championship.
Nafisa Collier brings her heroics when her team needs it.
Don't miss out on the electric atmosphere. Join the Drive for 5 and get your playoff tickets now at lynxbasketball.com/playoffs.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it.